In the 30-year history of Yu-Gi-Oh, there has only been one king of games. And while who owns the crown has always been subject to debate, we all know there's only one true king, Yu-Gi-Moto. Even in the far future of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Yugi is still the king of games. And speaking of 5Ds, we have its main character, Yusei Fudo, a man with a record to rival Yugi's. He's almost never lost a duel, he has an answer to almost any scenario, believes in the strength of small monsters, and that no card is worthless. Not to mention, he's a very popular fan favorite character. These two protagonists did meet in Bonds Beyond Time, and while that movie is canon to the anime timeline, they never got to duel each other. Until now. Well, technically in 2011, but close enough. Wait a minute, we're in the 30-year anniversary, and that was 15 years ago. Oh my god, this duel is half as old as the original manga. Time thieves can't keep getting away with this! Anyways, in the 2011 North American Qualifier Championship, the English voice actors for Yu-Gi-Moto and Yusei Fudo respectively put on a special show, a non-canon duel between the two. A fun little treat for guests, and a good break from all the serious duels in a major tournament. The voice actor duels were always a highlight of any event they were featured in, and while some matchups could be fairly underwhelming or predictable, that didn't make them any less fun. Well, except for Siegfried vs. Jean-Claude Magnum. I don't know what happened with that one. No, seriously, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise has so many fan-favorite characters, and you chose a random filler character that most people forgot as soon as the episode ended. You know what? I'd actually prefer the tomato guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexo, because while he had a very simple, basic gimmick, at least I could remember the gimmick. Anywho, these two had an anime-style duel with anime-style rules and rulings, and the duel was animated by the YouTuber Seishen, who also has two original animated Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows that they made on their own if you're interested. But I believe I've rambled on for more than enough time, so let's quit our stalling and get brawling. The duel begins and Yugi goes first. He draws and his opening hand contains Alpha the Magnet Warrior, Polymerization, Anime Spellbinding Circle, Baphomet, Anime Magical Hats, and Kuribo. He normal summons Alpha in defense mode. He then sets Spellbinding Circle and Magical Hats face down and ends his turn. It's Yusei's turn. He draws and his opening hand contains Speed Warrior, Junk Synchron, Limiter Overload, Double Cyclone, Salvage Warrior, and Miracle's Wake. He starts by normal summoning Speed Warrior in attack mode. He enters his battle phase, and since Speed Warrior was summoned this turn, its attack is doubled in battle. It attacks and destroys Alpha. Main phase 2, Yusei sets Limiter Overload face down and ends his turn, so Speed Warrior's attack returns to normal. Now due to the question why he didn't set Miracle's Wake. It can revive a monster that's been destroyed in battle. Well, the thing is, Yusei's planning on saving it until he gets his ace monster out. Thing is though, it'd also be smart to have it face down just in case you get attacked directly. But seeing how Yugi does have some back removal cards, I think it's fine overall, so we'll let him slide this time. Moving on, it's Yugi's turn. He draws and gets Pot of Greed. He activates it and draws Gazelle the King of Mythical Beasts and Buster Blader. Next he activates Polymerization, fusing Gazelle and Baphomet together to form Chimera, the flying mythical beast. Battle phase, Chimera attacks and destroys Speed Warrior. Yusei loses 1200 life points. Yugi ends his turn. It's Yusei's turn. He draws and gets Scrap Iron Scarecrow. He normal summons Junk Synchron. Its ability activates, letting him revive Speed Warrior.
Now I think I'll Synchro Summon!
Synchro Summon? What's that?
Watch and learn!
You know, now that I think about it, between this, Bonds Beyond Time, both official and abridged, and the 2016 voice actor rematch, no one actually explains to Yugi what a Synchro Summon is. They just tell him, watch and learn. Which doesn't actually help him learn what a Synchro Summon is. Maybe that's why there's no Synchro Dark Magician. No one will tell this man what a Synchro Summon is. Anyway, Yusei has his level 3 Junk Synchron to his level 2 Speed Warrior to Synchro Summon Junk Warrior. The real life version, to be clear. Yusei then orders Junk Warrior to attack Chimera, but Yugi reveals his set Spellbinding Circle. So Junk Warrior is equipped with this card, its attack is negated, and it loses 700 attack points. Thinking fast, Yusei changed his quick play spell Double Cyclone, destroying his own Limiter Overload and Spellbinding Circle. And because Overload was destroyed, Yusei can first summon Speed Warrior from his hand deck or grave. So Speed Warrior is revived again in attack mode. And since Spellbinding Circle was destroyed, it cannot be equipped onto Junk Warrior, meaning the attack wasn't negated. So it destroys Chimera and inflicts sparks damage onto Yugi. However, because Chimera was destroyed, Yugi can revive Gazelle or Bervamet from his grave. He brings back Gazelle. Main phase 2, Yusei sets Scrap Iron Scarecrow face down and ends his turn. Misplayed to Yusei for bringing the real life version of Junk Warrior instead of the anime version, which could have gotten a very nice power boost and done more damage to Yugi. Oops, guess he left it at home. It's Yugi's turn. He draws and gets Graceful Charity. He activates it, drawing Dark Magician Girl, Dust Tornado, and Jack's Knight, then discarding Karibo and Buster Blader. Next, he sacrifices Gazelle to tribute summon Dark Magician Girl, and the fans go wild. Battle phase, he orders Magician Girl to attack Speed Warrior. In response, Yusei activates his set Scrap Iron Scarecrow, negating the attack and setting itself face down for later. Main phase 2, Yugi sets Dust Tornado face down and ends his turn. I have no idea why he discarded Karibo, a lifeline that keeps him in the game, all to keep a level 5 vanilla beat stick. But then again, I'm also not the king of games, so all hail your majesty, I guess. But I guess even the king of games isn't above a misplay, anyway. It's Yusei's turn. He draws and gets Defense Draw. Now Yusei sacrifices Speed Warrior to tribute summon Salvage Warrior. And when Salvage is tribute summoned, he can summon a tuner from Yusei's hand or graveyard, so Junk Synchron is revived. But before the big moment, Yugi activates Dust Tornado, which destroys Scrap Iron Scarecrow. And while it may seem random, Yugi was smart to use Dust Tornado before the Synchro summon, because if he had waited, it would have been negated. But now for the big stuff. Yusei has his level 3 Junk Synchron to his level 5 Salvage Warrior.
The Synchro Summon!
Yusei orders Stardust to attack Dark Magician Girl, but Yugi activates his set Magical Hats. This hides the Magician Girl, but he's one of 4 silk hats, and Yusei has to guess which of the hat the Magician is under. Yusei orders Stardust to attack the leftmost hat, but she isn't there, so the attack was a waste. Yusei orders Junk Warrior to attack the rightmost hat, another miss, so the Magician Girl survives another turn. Yusei finishes his turn by setting Miracle's Wake and Defense Draw face down. Yes, it is rather convenient that Yugi planned around an effect monster that he's never seen before, but he's also facing a brand new mechanic, so he's going to play things nice and safe and take his openings where he can find them. And plays like that will make sure that he stays king of games. It's Yugi's turn. He draws and gets Anime Card of Sanctity. First, Yugi dispels the magical hats and reveals the Dark Magician Girl. Next, he activates Card of Sanctity. Letting both duelists draw until they hold 6 cards. Yugi draws 5 cards, which are Sage's Stone, Dark Magician, Monster Reborn, Magic Formula, and Magic Cylinder. Yusei draws 6 cards, which are Damage Eater, 1 for 1, Turbo Synchron, Boost Warrior, Miracle Locust, and an unknown card that we're gonna call, Release Restraint Wave. It's useless enough. Yugi activates Sage's Stone. Since he controls the Dark Magician Girl, he's allowed to special summon from his hand
The Dark Magician!
Next, he uses the magic of Monster Reborn to bring back Buster Blader. Then he equips Dark Magician Girl with Magic Formula, so she gains 700 attack points, putting her up to 2,700. Battle phase, Dark Magician Girl attacks Junk Warrior, destroying it and inflicting 400 points of damage onto Yusei. Buster Blader then attacks Stardust Dragon, and because Yusei has a dragon, it gains 500 attack points, putting it at 3,100 and dealing 600 points of damage to Yusei. And with a wide open field, Yugi has Dark Magician attack directly, attempting to go for game. Yusei responds though with his trap card Defense Draw. Now no damage is taken, and he gets to draw 1 card, which is also mysterious, and we're calling it Turret Warrior. Main phase 2, Yugi sets Magic Cylinder face down and ends his turn. But during his end phase, Yusei activates his trap Miracle's Wake. It can revive any monster that died by battle this turn. So Stardust Dragon is coming right back. It's Yusei's turn. He draws and gets, guess what? An unknown card that we're calling Earthquake Giant. He thanks Yugi for all the free cards and promises to show him real power. He activates 1 for 1, discarding his Damage Eater to special summon the level 1 Turbo Synchron from his hand. Now, because he controls a tuner, he can special summon Boost Warrior from his hand. He then has a level 1 Turbo Synchron tune his level 1 Boost Warrior to Synchro Summon the Synchro Tuner, Formula Synchron. And because Formula Synchron was Synchro Summon, Yusei can draw 1 card, which is Quillboat Hedgehog. Now it's time to really rev it up. Yusei has his level 2 Formula Synchron tune his level 8 Stardust Dragon to Excel Synchro Summon Level 10, Shooting Star Dragon! He won't be using its effect though, because he doesn't want to risk a zonk. Instead, he just has an attack, Dark Magician Girl. Yugi was waiting for this though. He reveals his set Magic Cylinder. This negates Shooting's attack and inflicts damage onto Yusei equal to its attack points. Yusei acts fast though, using his Damage Eater's effect from the graveyard. If he would take effect damage by banishing it, he gains life points equal to the damage he would have taken instead. So Yusei gains 3,300 life points, putting him up to 5,100. But its attack was still negated, so main phase 2, Yusei summons Quillboat Hedgehog in defense mode, then sets Miracle's Locust face down. Yusei ends his turn. It's Yugi's turn. He draws and gets Premature Burial. Yugi tells Yusei that it was a big mistake by summoning another dragon in Buster Blader's presence, because all it did was give him another 500 attack points, putting him at 3,600. Battle phase, Yugi has Buster Blader attack Shooting Star Dragon, but Yusei was ready. He activated his set Miracle Locust. Now Yugi won't take any damage from this battle and will get to draw a card, which is Polymerization, but Shooting Star gains an additional 1,000 attack points. The Dragon Slayer is slain by a dragon. In that case, Yugi has Dark Magician Girl attack Quillboat Hedgehog, destroying it. Main phase 2, Yugi activates Premature Burial, paying 800 life points to revive Buster Blader once again. Next, Yugi activates Polymerization, merging his Dark Magician with his Buster Blader to fusion summon the ultimate magical swordsman, Dark Paladin. With that, Yugi ends his turn. It's Yusei's turn, and the penultimate turn of the duel. He draws and gets Animate Battle Waltz. He activates it, attempting to make a clone of Shooting Star Dragon that'll lower Paladin's stats. But Yugi changed with Dark Paladin's effect. By discarding a card from his hand, Jack's Knight, Yugi can negate Yusei's spell card. In that case, Battle Phase. Yusei has Shooting Star attack and destroy Dark Magician Girl. Yugi takes 600 damage, but since Magic Formula went to the graveyard, he gains an extra 1,000 life points. Yusei says that Paladin may be stronger than Shooting Star, but Shooting Star can make any attack meaningless. So they're basically at a stalemate. Yusei ends his turn. Technically, Yugi should have only lost 300 life points there, because there's a Dark Magician Graveyard plus Magic Formula, so Dark Magician Girl has 3,000 attack points. But I only realized that when editing the videos, so I totally see how they forgot when script writing. It's a very easy effect to forget, so it's fine. It's Yugi's turn, and the final turn of the duel. He draws and gets Diffusion. He immediately enters this battle phase. Yugi has Dark Paladin attack Shooting Star. Yusei activates Shooting Star's effect. By banishing it, the attack is negated, but Yugi says that that's just what he was hoping for. He activates Diffusion! This lets him separate his Paladin and summon back both of his materials. Dark Magician and Buster Blader are back in the game. Yugi has both of them attack Yusei directly for game. Yugi wins the duel, and we get this iconic chestnut.
You are a remarkable duelist, Yusei.
Well played, Pharaoh.
One question.
Yes.
What's a duel runner for?
Actually, I like to refer to it as card games on motorcycles. Actually, now that you mention it, I have a question for you.
Of course.
In the first series, why was Tristan Taylor never allowed to duel?
Tristan, nice guy, great friend. Duelist, not so much.
So was Yusei about to defeat Yugi? I don't think so. Assuming of course that Yusei kept drawing bricks, which to be fair is a good chunk of his deck, then he played the best duel that he could, and managed to bring out one of his strongest monsters. And to be fair, both duelists put on a very strong performance. They seemed evenly matched the whole time. Yusei was constantly keeping Yugi on his A game, while Yugi managed to keep drawing draw cards that kept him in the game. And thanks to those draw cards, he was able to put pressure back onto Yusei, and in the end, his dueling style may be slower and old-fashioned, but slow and steady wins the race. After all, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has 8 protagonists, and of course we all have our own personal favorites. And some protagonists may get more favoritism than others, even to the point of it being obnoxious at times. Like, we get it, Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey existed. Could we please stop putting them on everything? But at the same time, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise wouldn't exist without them. Because if Kazuki Takahashi never created the original series with Yugi and his pals, then none of us would be here today. So rest in peace to Kazuki Takahashi. I hope Yu-Gi-Oh! Lasts for another 30 years, if not even longer. But what do you all think? Did you notice any misplays that I missed? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and be sure to check out Seashin's channel. They made the little animation using the footage, and have their own animation called Duel Against the Gods and 7 Duels of Fate. Animators and animation on YouTube need all the help they can get, especially in these days. So please support them if you can. But with all that said, I thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I hope we all have another amazing anniversary. So with all that said, see you next time. Later.